Okay, 7.6 stocks. The market price is just what the price at which something is bought or sold. Dividends, when you own stock, if the company makes money, they like to share it with their shareholders or the people who own stock. So that's what a dividend is. And then there's two different kinds of stock. Preferred stock is the people who get their dividends first, if there are any, and then it's a set amount, and then if there's any money left, then it would go to common stock. So here's an example of what stock can look like. This piece of paper is worth about $10,000 because it's 100 shares and the shares are $100 each. So it's just an example. They don't all always have to look like that. Okay. So then when you're looking at what stocks do, this is an example of what you might see maybe in the newspaper. So in the last year, it's sold bought or sold at this price, and the lowest was this price. Dividends at $2, and then the sales. This is in hundreds, so you'd put 2 zeros at the end. So 38,700 shares were sold that day. In this particular day, this is the high and the low, and then what it was when the day ended. And then this final number is just the difference between yesterday's end day and today's end day. So it's just kind of how you read those. Okay, so when you purchase stock, let me zoom out just a little bit more. There we go. It's just the market price plus any commissions. And the commissions on stock are a little bit different than bonds. Bonds tend to be an amount per bond. This is just for the whole transaction. So with 500 shares at $15, and then the broker charged $106 commission. So we're going to do 500 shares times $15. And honestly, stocks, the prices of stocks are so very different depending on what kind of stock it is. So then to buy them, then we need the $106. So it's $7,606 to buy that amount of stock. Okay, so then dividends. Dividends tend to be either a percent of the par value or a certain amount, a set amount per share. So this example, Cecil owns 100 shares of Communications common stock, par value $100. If a dividend is 2.5%, if a dividend of 2.5% is declared, how much should Cecil get in dividends? So declare just means that they have officially said that it's going to happen. So we'll do 100 shares. Just kidding. Hold on 1 second. $100. Okay, so it's the dollars times the 2.5%. So that's $2.50 per share. Sorry for the shaking. Per share times 100 shares. So they're going to make $250 in dividends. So then we have another one. Dome Petroleum stock, preferred stock, declares a quarterly dividend of $1.50. If Sarah owns 800 shares of the stock, what amount will she receive in dividends for the year? So you have to figure that this is quarterly. So we need to find for the year. So I'm going to do $1.50 times 4 quarters. So for the year, she makes $6 per share. So we multiply that by 800 shares. So she gets $4,800 in dividends for the year, which sounds like a lot. It is a lot of money, but if she has 800 shares of stock, say it was $100, that's $80,000 she has invested. So while that's quite a bit of money, there's probably quite a bit of money invested as well. Okay, so then the stock yields, this is just telling you what percent they're actually getting, kind of like interest. So for this one, we have to take the annual dividends and the total cost of the stock. This isn't just like the how much per share times the shares. Like you have to include the broker's fees as well. So we're going to do 10 shares times $25 a share. So $250 plus the $28 commission equals $278 is the total cost. So the total cost, $278, okay? So now we need to do the dividends for all of the stock. So there's $1.20 times 10 shares, so $12. So that's the annual dividends, is the $12. So then we just need to do the division. I don't remember. Hold on. 3-1. So we have to move it over too. So it's 4.3%. Okay. So then Penny purchased 1,000 shares of Pelter Inc. stock for $20.80. Her broker charged $408.23 commission. If the stock pays an annual dividend of 62 cents, what is the annual yield to the nearest 10th percent? So we need to do the number of shares again times the $20.80. So $20,800 plus the $408.23. So $21,208.23 is going to be the total cost of the stock, is going to be here. So then we're going to take the 1,000 shares times the 62 cents. So $620 in annual dividends is this one. So then we'll take the $620 divided by the 21,208.23. .0292. So we move it over to, so 2.9% return on the dividends. Okay, so then when you sell a stock, there's going to be fees involved. You're going to have to pay the broker again, so they're going to get commission. Sometimes there's service fees, sometimes there's taxes on if you made any money, blah, blah, blah. We're going to use this formula on the next page, so we're not going to deal with this right now. Okay, so find the net proceeds from the sale of 100 shares of Danbury Corporation stock at $30.25 with commission and other charges of $86. So net proceeds does not mean profit. It simply means how much do you get when you sell the stock. Okay? So you're going to take the 100 shares times the $30.25. So $3,025. Okay, so this is how much you would get if you were selling it, okay? But you need to understand that commission has to come out of that. So commission actually has to be subtracted when you're selling it because you're not receiving it, you're paying it. So $2,939 net proceeds, or what you receive for it. Okay. That being said, so on the next one, if you look here, it says find the profit or loss on what we did up here. So you need to understand that something was paid for these. So if I was selling something, say I was selling candy bars, and I bought a candy bar for $1 a piece. If I sold it to somebody else for $1.50, my proceeds, or up here, would be the $1.50, but the profit would be 50 cents because I have to take away what I actually paid for it. Okay? So we have to figure out what was paid for it and then figure out if they actually made money. So 100 shares. So this is what we paid for it. 100 shares times $21.50. So $2,150. And the commission was paid along with the price. So $68.55 added. So $2,218.55 was paid for this stock. This is how much they received, say, in a check at the very end. So the amount of money they received is bigger than the money they paid, so they will have made money. So we'll do the $29.39 minus the $22.18.55, which is the amount they paid. That's the amount they sold for. So then we'll subtract that. So that would be profit, because the amount they received is more than the amount they paid. So you just have to be very, very careful in deciding whether they made money or lost money. So if you have any questions, let me know. And the assignment is page 305, 5 to 29 all.